What's up, guys? It's Rantium here, and today we are back in Skyrim. That's right, you guys, and oh snap, is it gonna be an awesome freaking day. So guys, welcome back, and happy Sunday. So today you can see this wonderful and magnificent armor on me because this is what we're looking at today, known as the Blackened Steel Armor and Weapon Set. Now this armor caught my eye mainly because the detail within the thumbnails and the pictures of the mod. We'll go ahead and walk out of the way this guy right here. I don't want to get the dialogue option going because he's super annoying. But this armor can be found on Bethesda.net, obviously, because we're on the Xbox One, so we can only download mods from there. But you can craft this lovely armor in any forge. You only need to have access to steel smithing, as well as the advanced armor smithing. Now that you can also build the weapon, as well as the armor. Now the armor, we're going to take a deeper look at it inside of the forest cottage behind me. But there is a problem with the hood, if you've probably noticed it by now. It's not meshed very well, and it doesn't fit the body very well. So for the purpose of this mod showcase, both of these are there, but we're never going to use them because it just looks really, really strange, and it doesn't really match the armor in my opinion. I think if it had a little bit more work done on the cowl and everything like that, it might be able to fit a little more. Maybe if it was wrapped around a helmet, similar to what you see in the Black Mage armor mod. But we're going to get a closer look at this, but the one thing that we're going to showcase outside here is the weapon. Now this weapon is known as the Blackened Steel Spadone. I want to say that's how you pronounce that. Apparently it's a play on an old Italian greatsword, if I'm not mistaken. It says it in the mod description. But this weapon, it surprised me, because if you notice, it is indeed a two-handed weapon. You use it with both hands, you put it on your back, meaning it probably swings pretty slow, but greatswords are the fastest out of the three heavy-handed weapons, or two-handed weapons. Well, take a look at how fast I can swing this thing. This is with no points into anything two-handed, absolutely nothing. Within maybe 2 seconds, I killed that guy. You can see just how fast you swing it, and that's an intended effect in the mod itself. The weapon, the mod author tweaked the stats, or tweaked the metadata behind the sword, and made it swing much, much faster, it's nice for someone like me who likes to use two-handed weapons, especially one as pretty as this. But let's go ahead and walk inside the forest cottage and take a look at the mod up close, the sword and the armor up close. So first, we're going to go and take a look at the armor, because that's what we want to check out most. So we're going to go ahead and throw on the Blackened Steel armor, we're going to throw on the Blackened Steel boots, and the Blackened Steel gauntlets. So we'll put that on there, let's grab Toggle Collision, and let's get close, shall we? So let's break it down from bottom to top. So down at the bottom, we do indeed have these lovely ornate-looking boots. The boots are quite pointed, and it reminds me of a little bit of Ebony, a little bit of Daedric, but it's also another modded armor. I think it's the Dragon something armor. I did a showcase on it before. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but I have done a showcase on one that kind of has the same foots, if you know what I'm saying. But what I find interesting is the leather and the cloth in between, like right there, where you see where the pit of your knee is at, the pit of your leg. It doesn't necessarily match, which is why I assume this little cape kind of comes down to hide it a little bit. You know, it's looking closely at the details, but it is very high resolution considering we're on the Xbox and considering we're like right next to it. It is pretty high resolution. I like kind of the thorny brambles that run across the entire armor. Really, really nice, really nicely done. But as we move up, we've got this nice big sash that goes across here, and this nice big leather belt. Really, really cool to see. We've got ourselves a bunch more of this ornate kind of bramble design. But again, more and more of the leather / cloth underneath of the actual armor. And I have to imagine that's because, you know, you don't want it to be too overbearingly heavy. So I imagine it'll let you breathe a little bit, give yourself a little bit of airflow through there, which is a nice design, but I think the colors could change. I don't think I'm too privy on the colors. But overall, the detail, like I said before, is quite nice. I mean, look at that. You can even see the fastener that buckles the gauntlet to the other part of the gauntlet. That's pretty high res, especially considering, like I said, we're on Xbox. But then as we move up, we can come around to the back. And we just have this nice big barren back of the chest plate and the armor set right there. Kind of nice to see. It's a nice contrast to all of the ornate brambles that run across there. Nice stitch work right here at the neck. Now, the one thing that I'll say about this armor mod that I'm not too keen on is this, the gigantic shoulder pauldron. I want to say it's meant for, I want to say it's like maybe like a callback to maybe another game or another movie or something like that where they had gigantic pauldrons like this. But to me, I don't know, it just kind of takes away from the armor. But then again, I guess from afar, it kind of takes the place of a helmet, because I suppose if you're getting like swung at around your head, it'll catch the pauldron instead of a helmet, which allows you to have better, visibility because you wouldn't have to wear a helmet, which is kind of nice. So perhaps it does indeed serve a purpose, but overall, I really, really like the way that this armor looks with the, like I said, the bramble design and stuff like that. I'm not too keen on the colors underneath of the armor with the cloth and the leather and stuff like that, but I think it's something that I could possibly get over. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there is a weapon plaque up here that I can put the weapon on. Nope, looks like I was mistaken, but that's okay, because we can just go ahead and check out the weapon a little bit closer right here. So we can go and take this bad boy out like that, and you can see that bramble pattern continues on the blade. And the blade, don't mind my naked body, the blade is quite massive, if you can see there. If you stood that on its head, pretty sure it would be taller than me. In fact, let's put it on my back. Yeah, it almost scrapes the bottom, it almost scrapes the floor, and it still has that gigantic handle. Now, for those that don't like oversized weapons, you probably won't be using this mod very much, but it is certainly a very cool looking weapon. Looks Daedric in its, what's the word I'm looking for? Portrayal, or in the way that it looks. The handle, the hilt, everything, it looks very Daedric, very pointy. Looks like Mehrunes Dagon crafted it himself. And it's just kind of a nice big weapon to have. And I think the mod author did a wonderful job with both of the things. Now let's go and take the armor off of the armor mannequin, and let's take a look at some of the statistics, because I'm sure some of you that are statistics lovers are going to want to see some of this. So the hoods, like I said, probably won't use them because of the meshing problems, but if you wanted to see, they are indeed heavy armor, and they count with one piece of armor, 0.5 weight and 25 value. But then we get into the actual armor. So the black and steel armor has a 46 armor rating, 38 weight, and 1500 value. The steel boots have 17 armor, 7 weight, and 275 value. And then the gauntlets have 17 armor, 7 weight, and 275 value. Now, as far as your armor rating for this, let's go and check it out. We have a total of an 80 armor rating, and that's untempered with 0 points into heavy armor. Which, I mean, it's not the greatest, but it can be made better, which is always good to see. And then the weapon, the Black and Steel Spadone, 30 damage, 8 weight, and then a whopping 4,500 value, which is pretty good. It's pretty good bang for your buck, even if you wanted to, like, mass-produce these things and just make a whole shit ton of money. Now, if you can find a merchant in Vanilla with Sprinkles Skyrim that has 4,500 gold, go for it. Then you'll only be able to sell it once. But even still, it's kind of a cool mod, and it could definitely complete someone's mod load order if they're looking for a very medieval armor set, similar to something that you might see in maybe Dark Souls, or, anything like that, or even, honestly, in real life, because it's not too far off from what you might see. Let's see, we want to go to cheat game options. It's not too far off from what you might see in some of the medieval times, and the olden days and everything like that. But let me know, guys. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Would you use it? Let me know, and we'll have a conversation down there in the comment section. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for coming on by, and I will see you in the next video.